I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Twins. It's such a pleasure to be here at DEFSEC on day 2. Thanks to our good friends at Cisco for bringing this conversation to life. DEFSEC is always such a great show, and there's always one player in the room that's so very important, and that, of course, is ACADA. Victoria, great to have you on the show again. Why don't you tell us what ACADA has been up to lately?
Oh my goodness, it's been busy, a busy time for sure. So we're very happy to be once again the sponsor, presenting sponsor of DEFSEC Atlantic, and we've had a busy year building programs for our SMEs. We've just finalized our funding contribution agreement with our partner ACOA for 3 years of funding for our SME-focused programming for digital adoption, accreditation, certification, greening, the Mock Atlantic program, and HR programs. So we're launching them this week, and we're excited for what's to come for sure. It's
a process in the back end, right? I'm sure that your members, they get the benefit of all this, but you're churning in the background. There was a saying in Prince Edward Island, which is, sort of part of your ecosystem, and it was former Premier Pat Binns, and people always thought that he was such a calm guy, and he said, I'm calm like a duck. She's swimming exactly. So it reminds me of ACOA, right? You're making sure that everything is in place with funding partners that have demands on your time and reports and all of that to get everything organized.
And we've really been focusing on building high value for our membership.
Right.
The majority of our members are SMEs in all the Atlantic provinces focused on aerospace and defense. And the majority of them are 85% of them have less than 100 employees.
Right.
So these are like startups, but yet there's a lot of these smaller organizations that have been around for decades, and they're working global. They're working in a global market, and it's fascinating to hear the work that they're doing, and in particular our awards event last night. We had close to 20 nominees come in for 4 awards.
Wow.
So it was pretty tough. The committee had a really tough time choosing those top winners last night.
Wow.
But it just gives you an example of the breadth and the global work that is being done here in Atlantic Canada.
Membership growing?
Oh my goodness, yes. So I mean, at our board, every time they're meeting, every 2 months, we're bringing on at least 5 to 7 new member applications. So it is. ACADA is growing, and we're attracting really interesting organizations. And also organizations who have just been on the peripheral for a while are now beginning to see high value and how we're supporting SMEs, and they see the value in it. So that's good. That just proves that the work that we're doing is working.
Well, it validates everything, right? When you see people wanting to be a part, they understand there's some real value here. So the programs that you're bringing online, just approved, starting to roll out next week, that 3 big major thrusts, or how does that look?
So we did a big survey with our members in 2023 and said, okay, listen, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing? Where can we bring the highest value? And from those, from the surveys that we got back, it was pretty high response. We developed 3 programs that we launched last year as pilots. And everybody's challenged with workforce development. So we did the HR Essentials program. And digital adoption, we know that our companies are in different stages of their continuum in digital adoption, so we created a program for that. Accreditation and certification is a very expensive process. So we had a lot of companies that were going through ISO certification, but also pursuing CMMC, the high cybersecurity certification in the US. So, and some organizations were doing digital marketing, and so we're taking off some of those high pressure points, giving them some funding to work with high quality consultants to just get them and raise the bar of the work that they're doing so that they're getting ready for other programs, but also being able to go out and do work with international companies.
I love the way you do business, right? It's all about feedback, what your members need. You distill that down.
And we have the flexibility to ebb and flow with these programs. That's the unique relationship that ACADA ACADA has with ACOA.
Right.
And all the provinces are coming on board to be a part of this as well. And we're really going into the provinces to find out, so what is unique? How is it that you'd like to work with your industry? So once we've now built that program delivery model, we're now ready.
You know, we talk about government and their involvement provincially, federally.
Yes.
Talk about the industry, academic engagements.
Yes,
Talk about that.
Of course. Well, last night, if you were at the dinner, you would have heard me talk about the collaborative environment that we have here, and also in the most recent CDR magazine, page 77, we wrote, through an interview process, we talked about the collaborative environment that we have in Atlantic Canada, and that is government, industry, and academia working closely together. The innovation and research, and whether it's through that commercialization process, it does take these three big partners to work together, and that is academia is a big, strong element of that. Yeah.
Had a great year at MAS this year, at DEFSEC. These are your big events, and how are things shaping up for next year?
So we hit a new mark with MAS last year.
Yeah.
We have a new committee in place to develop the agenda for 25, MAS 25. The dates have been released. So it's July 16th to the 18th in St. John's again. And so the dates are ready, and we're going to start building out that agenda. So I'd say by Christmas, we'll start promoting the agenda and make it happen. So at the Delta in St. John's, the best month to be in St. John's, as you know.
100%.
And we had a great time last year, and we had a lot of great partners and new audience, new speakers, and we have a lot of folks from the north who are now engaged.
Right.
And we really want to build on that.
You know, I find ACADA, with your sponsoring here at DEFSEC, and your presence here at DEFSEC is so vitally important. But then MAS is almost like it's that great little event where you almost have a DEFSEC vibe about it, but it's distilled down into St. John's, and a lot of business can get done there.
Yeah.
A lot of people comment on how effective MAS really is to get the business done and make the content.
Quality. It's not always about the number of
100%.
people. It's the quality of who you have in the room. And there was a lot of excitement that came out of MAS, and a lot of attention after the fact, which we were really surprised about. But we changed the conversation. We wanted to make sure that the agenda was built the way it was. The agenda, I think, is still on the website. So if anybody wants to go in and have a look at what we did and how we're going to kind of move it.
ACADA's got a great team of people, but you've brought some new people on. Exciting. We've had the privilege to meet some of them. Wonderful, engaged folks. Tell me how excited you are about that.
Goodness, it's lovely. Now, we've had some great talent at ACADA through the years, and boy, it ebbs and flows. But we've brought on some new members on the team, and it's lovely. And we give them the opportunity. We've got two of our members, or two of our new team members, came from member companies, so they're coming with a perspectives, of and I came from a member company, so it's nice to bring that into ACADA. But we're also continuing to build ACADA, and. You don't want to just keep it the same, because we want to be able to respond to what the member needs are.
You need to evolve over time. I have to tell you, Victoria, from the outside looking in, and we were in a lot of conversations, and ACADA is so very well thought of in the industry. The members very much enjoy being a part of it. They understand that you're really focused on them. You're not just an association.
This is it, and we have 6 new board members this year.
Oh, great!
So Clark Bain took over the. You talked to Clark at MAS, and did an interview with him soon after he became chair. But we have 3 representatives per province on the board, and we have it's a stacked board.
Wow.
And they're raring to go. Good. And we just had a board meeting last week, and it's great to have that insight, because we really depend on them also to build the strategy for ACADA, have the ear to the ground on what the industry needs are, and then the work that we do, it's coming along quite nicely.
Well, there you go, folks. What a wonderful conversation. ACADA is a group that you'll want to be a part of if you're swimming in this ocean that we're in. And Victoria, always a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.